day. Whether you're just not rolling out of bed, your kids woke you up early, maybe you're heading to work, or if you're just up smoking your morning ale, this podcast is for you, my pre-sunrise crew. It's your girl Nay, and I'm up with you. Y'all, I am smashing this cereal right now. I was supposed to record a couple minutes ago, but I sat down and I was like, girl, you are hungry. I forgot to eat, so I had to eat. And the cereal is smacking. And y'all, I try and eat like the healthy cereal. So this is Raisin Bran. So I'm over here trying to hurry up and crunch this dry ass cereal down before my theme song was off. But good morning. Let's go ahead and start with the joke of the day, which is, do you know the difference between a drug dealer and a hooker? It's simple. A hooker can wash her crack and resell it. A drug dealer can't. Well, we're going to head to the topic of the day, or the first topic of the day, which is taking the higher road versus being a real ninja. You feel me? Can you really always choose the higher route, especially being an African American? Our community is extremely aggressive, and it's kind of like you have to, or it seems like you have to be the best of both worlds to be like the perfect African American. And I'm not saying that's just the like white American standard for us. Like that is the standard within the African American community as well. I was just thinking, especially because this morning, because I started off on a really good note. No lie, I had a little praise worship this morning. Got up earlier than I needed to and started working on today's podcast. But I also had to send a few words that were necessary to send this morning. And I was really sitting and thinking afterwards or whatever, because I didn't feel bad about it. I know I did the right thing. Can you really always take the higher route if there is a time and place for you to be or exhibit that other side of you? Like, I think it's definitely a time and place to be aggressive and then also to be calm and to be more passive on situations. I think there's a time and place for both. This morning me to see that because I had a great balance of both, because I woke up on a very positive note and my entire morning was positive, even going into to now. Like it's been flowing. I have good energy. I feel good. I look good. Just of setting the tone for certain things and setting standards to make sure that, respect is given when necessary. You feel me? And I think it's definitely a time and place for both. And what made this topic is because I was talking to my big sister this morning. And she was like, girl, you the main one I know that's always on some positive stuff. What happened to all the positive stuff you was talking about? And I'm like, well, there's a time and place for everything, okay? I'm going to give the right energy when the right energy is due. Everything don't deserve, a lot of energy. But when it is necessary for you to be that protective, aggressive person for yourself, definitely don't be afraid or ashamed to do it. I'm not about to go into the whole religion thing, but that's definitely something that I didn't know growing up, especially growing up as a extreme Christian, damn near. I definitely didn't feel confident enough to have both sides. I felt like you were only supposed to have one. So you kind of feel like the other side of you is of something that you're not supposed to have. And it's not true. Like God blessed you with that as well. The same way he blessed you with the calm side of you, he blessed you with that side of you that's able to speak up for yourself, that's able to defend yourself. But yeah, so that's my opinion on that. So I don't know. I don't think ain't nothing wrong with being wrong, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Like, even if you express that side of you and later on you felt like maybe I could have handled it differently, okay, so what? Accept it, move on, take accountability, and keep pushing, but don't regret anything because that experience taught you something, and I'm sure it taught the other party something too, as far as, how things may affect you and how you may react to certain situations. It's a time and place for both of it, especially being an African American. It's just something you gotta kind of master as far as both, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this was a situation that was with family, not with my sister, but like another distant family member that involved a very close relative of mine. So it definitely got there ASAP. Don't play with me about mine. I don't play. Excuse me. And I'm really not the type to be on like no fighting stuff with family. I feel like that is so corny and weird for family to fight each other. Arguing is understandable, But like actually fist fighting each other as adults, that's just doing a lot. I feel like that's doing too much. If I'm fighting as an adult, baby, it's beef. I'm not about to keep fucking with you. We not kids. As children, I think that's okay. Y'all growing up, y'all learning, you learning who you are and stuff, how to fight, all that shit. But like when you become a full-fledged adult, if I have to beat your ass, if I have to really get there, listen, it's over with. Okay? Like, I'm not even about to play with you no more. I'm not about to be around you or nothing. So I feel like with family, it got to be a certain level of respect. And that also instills like a certain level of love for each other, and that your kids get to see, and they will have respect for one another as well, between cousins or whatever, brothers and sisters. I think it's important for family to have that line of respect. I do feel like if you grow up in like really rough families, I did, so I ain't like this to nobody, but if you grow up in like really rough families, you more keen to like not give a fuck or treat them kind of how you treat anybody on the street. Like, oh, everybody can get it. But no, that's really weak, because your blood is your blood. Like at the end of the day, everybody else can turn their head on you, but your blood gonna have a love for you like nobody else will. They're not always gonna be right and perfect, but it's just something different about family. Like you gotta have a different level of respect for your family. Now, the reason why I got there with me, like I said, is because it was involving another family member that's way closer. So I don't play about mine. I don't play. And I think that's the only time it is appropriate for it to get there, if you are defending a closer relative. You feel me? And it has to get there for sure. And if you have to defend yourself, somebody come at you crazy in your family, you ain't gonna let nobody hit you. Just don't. The fuck? You gotta do what you gotta do. If you got to also defend like somebody close to you, do it. You got to do that. You got to draw that line of respect, because if they're not doing it for themselves, then other people need to know, including family, like, no, we're going to stick up for each other over here. It's not about to happen. Not over here. It ain't. Not with one of us, honey. I'm the last of 8. So when I say one of us, it's a lot of us. So don't play with none of us. So we're going to move on to the inspirational quote of the day. Outstanding. Girl, you knock me out. Exciting. Put me on the show. So this says, if you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. Ooh, I really like this. Especially for me today. Like, I really like this. I don't know if this was meant for anybody listening. I'm going to repeat it again. If you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. I really needed this today. Like I said, I felt so balanced today. And like knowing yourself, knowing what you should cut off, what you should do, how you should move forward. Like, I feel so aligned. So I really needed this, Sometimes you can feel bad about making certain decisions and stuff. And you got to know, like, the best route is the route that it doesn't always feel good, but it's always for you. It's the one that makes sense. You feel me? It's just the one you just kind of know. Got to follow your energy. So this could also be applied to, like, this could be applied to any habits that you're trying to break. I know me personally with, like, smoking. This definitely adds to that for me, because that's something I wanted to focus on today. So also take that in if there's anything you can apply that to in your personal life too. I really like this a lot. And that's what I'm going to end today with. I am outie. Y'all have a wonderful day.